Hello friends, in this video we are going to take a look at single line comments and multi-line comments in C language. So first of all, okay, before we even start, okay, on why do we even need comments, okay, let's understand, okay, that whenever you are writing code, right, uh, if a, if you look at the perspective from a different person, so suppose you have written some code, okay, and you send that code to say your friend, okay, and that friend is reading that code, okay, but you have written, okay, so many things in that code, okay, a lot of complicated functions you have used, okay, how will that other person actually understand, okay, what do you really mean by all these things? So there has to be something, okay, suppose you have done some addition, okay, of certain things, okay, then why is that needed? Okay, so there has to be something, okay, some reason, okay, that you have done something, okay. So in those cases what we do is we usually add comments, okay, so that the readability of our code increases. So if I give my code to my friend, okay, he is able to understand, okay, what is written in the code, okay. So the purpose, okay, if I say what is the purpose of comments, okay, then the first purpose is definitely readability, okay. So this is readability. The other person, okay, should be able to read my code, okay. He should be able to understand why I have done something, why I have added this logic, okay. So readability is important. Second thing, okay, is debugging, okay. So it makes, okay, comments will make, okay, debugging process very easy, okay. It will help you to isolate problems in your code, okay. And I think that is, these two things, okay, are mainly, okay, very important points, okay, regarding comments. So now let us see how to use comments in our code. So first way, so there are two types, okay, in C language. One is single line, okay, comments, okay. So single line comments, you can declare like this, okay. You have to use two forward slashes. So when you use two forward slashes, you see the color of the line changes, right? So that means it's a single line comment, okay. So again I can write another single line comment as say slash slash, this is my next comment, okay. So this is the second comment. Now, so this is how you write a single line comment. And one more thing that you need to understand is, see, this readability and debugging I have written, right, it is showing that there are errors here, right. So what do you do? Okay, so you add backslash, so this becomes a comment, right. So now interesting thing to understand is these comments will be ignored by the compiler, okay. So the second important point that you have to understand about comments is they are ignored by the compiler, okay. So they are ignored by the compiler will not compile your whatever code is there in the inside the comment, it will not compile it. So that means whatever, okay, code, okay, follows these two backslash forward slashes, okay, so this will not be compiled. So if I write any random stuff like this, okay, it's not going to create any problem in my code. So for example, I save this command S, okay, and I run it, okay. So okay, let me just clear my screen, okay, and command S saved. Now let's run our program. So you see, right, the prompt has come and there are no errors at all, okay. So fine, so let me clear the screen, okay. Now so this was how we use single line comments in our code, okay, and I told you that, okay, they will be ignored by the compiler, okay. And also, like, you can have, like, okay, any kind of syntax, okay, it doesn't matter, okay, because they are not compiled by the compiler, so there will be no warnings, no errors, okay. So now let's go to the second part, okay, which is multi-line comments. How do you declare multi-line comments? You have to use a forward slash, then an asterisk, and then you start writing your comment, okay. This is my second multi-line comment, okay. And now since you have started using this, okay, this is the start of a multi-line comment, there has to be an end also, okay. So I can end it here also, okay. So although this is like a single line comment, you can say, but anyway, okay, so this will also work fine. But the purpose of this one is when you have to use multiple lines. So let's let's enter it, and let's add some more code, like okay, I am testing another line in the code, okay. So now as you can see that both these lines, okay, this, okay, is a second comment and I am another inside, and okay, this is the third one. So all these lines, okay, so basically whatever content you place inside these two, okay, inside this block, okay, so that will be treated as a comment. So we have seen, okay, what is a single line comment, we have seen what is a multi-line comment. We know that, okay, the purpose of comments is basically to improve readability, so that if I write some code, I give it to my friend, he is able to understand what I have written. Okay, so a simple example, okay, let me say is, I have taken variables, okay, two variables in my program, int a and b, okay, and I am taking that a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, okay, and then I'm saying that the I'm taking, say, one variable sum, okay, sum is equal to a plus b, and then what I'm trying to do is, say I do sum minus minus, okay, sum minus minus, or just to understand, let's say sum is equal to sum minus 1, okay, we will, when we'll study the increment decrement operators, I will tell you, but right now let's say sum is equal to sum minus 1, okay, so this program looks good, right, and I am printing the sum, okay, so let's say also like I'm printing the sum here, sum is equal to %d, okay, and backslash n, give a new line, oh yeah, comma sum. So I'm printing the sum also. So now let's save our program, okay, and let us run it, okay. So you see that the only thing that's getting printed is sum is equal to 29, okay, which is inside our printf. So now you see 10 plus 20 is 30, okay, but the sum that we are displaying is 29. So now your friend might say, what is the need, okay, of this sum is equal to sum minus 1, okay, but you are not there to explain to him, right, that why have you done this operation, okay. So you might add a comment here that, okay, why I am doing, okay, this operation, okay, is because sum always needs to be decremented at the end of calculation, okay. So this comment, okay, will help him understand, okay, there was a reason, okay, why the sum was decremented here, okay, and so basically whenever you're putting some logic, okay, that the other person might not really understand, okay, so you have to make sure, and even you, okay, maybe 6 months later I'm coming to my code and I'm thinking like, oh my god, okay, what is this and what is actually the use of this, I have only written it, but why did I even do this calculation, sum is equal to sum minus 1 here, right? So whenever we add some logic, okay, which is not very obvious, okay, please make sure that you are adding a comment, so that later in time, okay, when you're coming back to your code, at least you know, okay, why you added it, okay, otherwise you're, you know, spending so much time figuring out, okay, why did you even add it. So okay, so the purpose is, first one we saw is readability, so that the other people can also understand and we can also understand our code at a later point in time, okay, when we come to it. And why did we add a particular logic in the code 6 months back, okay, we don't remember, so that way. And second thing is debugging. Now say, let's say that, okay, there is some issue, okay, that's coming, and I want to know that, okay, somehow, okay, let's assume that, okay, the sum we are calculating in line number 23, and when I'm just not going through the code, okay, I have this piece of code and I'm running this code, okay, I have not gone through it, but I just want to know that why, you know, there are two variables, 10 and 20, okay, I've taken two variables storing 10 and 20, and the sum is 29. That's really weird, okay, what is the reason, okay, that, you know, a sum is coming as 29. So that means that there's something, okay, in the code, okay, that's changing, okay, the sum, okay, to sum is equal to sum minus 1. So if you do something like this, right, if you start commenting out, you can just try and comment out sum is equal to sum minus 1. Say this was a mistake, okay, so you comment out, okay, this part of the code, okay, you save it, okay, and you try out your program, and now you see sum is equal to 30. So now, okay, similarly, okay, there can be other problems. So this is very interesting, okay, so right now I have just taken one variable, okay, but say you also have something like this, sum is equal to sum plus 2 and sum is equal to sum plus 5, sum plus 9, okay, and now you are expecting, okay, that, okay, the sum should be 30, okay, but now, okay, the sum will be something different, right, because we are reassigning sum, okay, in 25, 26 and 27 line numbers. So now, okay, how do you debug this, okay, why the answer is 40, if I'm executing, I'm getting answer is 40, but I should have gotten 30 because a plus b is 20. So now I start debugging, I start putting a comment here, okay, first what I'll do is, I will do like this, I I'll put a comment here, okay, then I will execute my code. So this has commented, now I execute. Now I get sum is 41. No, sum 41 is also wrong. So let me comment out this part also, okay, and let me keep this line, okay, and let me check. So I save my program, I run my program, okay, and I get sum is equal to 38. Okay, so similarly, okay, you can try out, okay, what is that wrong operation that I'm doing, that I'm expecting a particular sum but I'm not getting it. Okay, so somehow okay, something is wrong in this. So let me comment out a part of the code and try it out. So this is how, okay, you can very effectively use comments, okay, for debugging purpose also. Okay, don't reuse don't like use too many comments in the code, because then it is like an overhead, right? Don't just use too many, just use the comments, okay, where it's really needed, and where you think that you might you are adding a particular logic and you might forget it later, or the other person who is going to read the code might need some explanation. So there, okay, we can put the comments. So we saw what single line and multi-line comments are, the purpose of comments, and that compiler will definitely ignore your comments, so you can write as many as descriptive a comment as you want. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.